Hello, my name is Jani. Welcome to my channel. This is a cross stitch channel where we talk about cross stitch, projects and fabrics and materials and topics related to cross stitch. This time I want to talk a little about my Stitchy wig. Not much stitching, but I start new projects and work in some of my whips. So yeah, a good stitchy wig after all. So I want to show you. This is my main whip. This is Newcastle Bouquet by Teresa Kogut. I'm stitching this in 36 count fabric that I dyed, and I'm using CXC flosses that I lost. No, here they are. These are CXC and some DMC, and it's a really beautiful sampler, beautiful design. I'm almost finished with the border. I still need to finish these green leaves, but yeah, I was getting a little tired of the border, but yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know, I was talking a little bit in my Spanish video about how some colors have this certain personality. So these red shades are really passionate and like strong feeling, and yeah, I was really needing a more relaxing project, and yeah, I was feeling a little anxious with all this red and all this passion among all the situation was a little tough for me. So yeah, it's a beautiful design. Again, with the border, this is a very symmetrical design, so you don't need to follow the pattern, you just need to repeat, and it's very easy in that aspect, but because you can stitch almost automatic, but at the same time it can get a little tired and repetitive. So yeah, it has good size and bad size, but yeah, it's a beautiful design, and I'm going to continue finishing the border and then start with the inside motifs. But yeah, I'm like halfway through, so I'm loving this. Such a beautiful design. So here is my first week, and talking about new beginnings, and wanted to start something different, in a different shade. I decided to start a new sampler. My last video was on Stitch with Me, starting this new project. These are the colors. Again, this is CXC, and the design, it's a PDF, which is wonderful because I can get it almost immediately. This is like a cherry blossom by Stitches Through the Years. The designer is Lana Lenskaya, and you can find her in her Etsy store. And I decided to change all the colors from my red sampler to a blue one. So this is my blue sampler. Here the fabric, it's an Aida. It's kind of difficult to see the true colors, but yeah, it's an Aida 16 that I dye. It's really pretty, and it's very similar and not to the original design. It's more darker, but I love it. And the colors, again, I'm substituting the colors with CXC, trying to be as close as I can with the original colors, but you know, it's difficult because these are solid colors. So yeah, I'm looking for the general idea in the design. So yeah, and of course I translate the central phrase to Spanish, and in the design this central phrase is stitched 1/1, and because this is Aida, it's, I mean, it's doable to stitch 1/1, but it's really difficult, I must say. So I decided to translate the phrase and I stitch it 2/2, you know, making the space, and yeah, in order to give it my own touch and, you know, my personality. I usually change the central phrases or the phrases in English to Spanish. I have some designs that I stitch it in English, but if I can translate it, I choose to do it, and I think it looks really pretty. So yeah, the colors are so pretty and so quiet and beautiful, and it's a really pretty design. It's very pretty. So yeah, again, the fabric is looking not as it is in real life, but you get an idea. So yeah, and I'm stitching, this is an Aida 16, I'm stitching 2/1. So yeah, really happy. And I mean, the border is going to be also very time consuming because it's full of these white flowers, but it's very pretty. So yeah, and it has the houses down here. So yeah, I'm loving it, and I choose this fabric because of the colors and because it's Aida, because many stitchers have been asked me if they can stitch a sampler in an Aida, and of course you can do it. So I decided to, you know, stitch it in Aida, but the margins for my framing are going to be really small, but that's okay. I can work with them. So yeah, don't be afraid to stitch on Aida. It's a wonderful fabric, and you know, we have chatelaines stitched on Aida, and it's wonderful. And I start another project. I haven't worked much on it. These are the colors, really pretty colors, and it's a Quaker welcome by Lila's Studio. So again, I'm stitched in Aida 16, and I coffee dyed this fabric and bake it. So let me see over here. As you can see, it's more darker in real life, but yeah, it's so pretty, and I think that it's going to look really gorgeous with this this design. Here I'm using Wix Dye Works and DMC. This was a gift, so yeah, I'm really happy. I'm only changed the black color to CXC black because I was afraid that the color of the design, which is the Gentle Arts Onyx, it was not going to be enough for this fabric. So yeah, I decided to change it to regular black. So yeah, this is another star. Yeah, because I'm, you know, I love to start things and have fun. And talking about how I translate some of the phrases in my sampler, here's another exemplar of that. This is a very bold sampler, and I changed the phrase to Spanish. And yeah, again, I'm stitching 1/2 because I didn't want to do the 1/1. So yeah, and I have right now another sampler. Let me see if I got it here. Another sampler where I change the central phrase let's see, yeah. It's from Moira Blackburn. It's 3 things sampler, and here I change again the phrase, so I stitch it in Spanish. So yeah, the phrase is translated almost exactly to English, but yeah, I am stitched in Spanish. So yeah, I like to personalize my projects with things like that, and you know, the use of fabrics and different flosses. It's always something that I'm really excited about it, and even though we can be stitching the same project, it's different from each person. So yeah, I really like to play with things like this, with fabrics, with flosses, with types of personalization in our projects, and it's valid to do so. I know there are some stitchers who likes to be really strict about the materials they use, and because they have to be according to the designer, but sometimes we can play with different options, and it's okay if it's okay with you. It's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, go have fun, and it's part of the adventure, so don't be afraid. I love to play with colors, with fabrics, you know, different types of combinations, and it's always fun. At least for me, I love to do these things and thinking outside the box. I totally respect especially really method stitchers who do reproductions, or you know, they have to use exactly the same colors and the same stitches and the same materials as the original. But if you want to play with your options, you can do it as long as make you happy. So yeah. And talking about things that makes me happy, I was watching today a video from Michelle Bendy Stitches, and she was releasing new designs, and I totally fell in love with one of her new designs. It's called Patriotic Pinky, and it's amazing because it's not only beautiful, but she designed different flags to use, because the original design, it's for the American flag, but you can substitute the flag for another option. So she designed a Mexican flag, a flag from Australia and Germany and England, I think. And it's wonderful that she made that effort to be inclusive. And I mean, in my case, I love the patriotic type of design, you know, the American patriotic design, but I'm not really into stitching that kind of designs. But in this case, you know, it's not really an American design, but you can put your flag. And I was so touched because it's a really beautiful detail and a wonderful thought. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that design and stitch it with the Mexican flag. Perhaps I could put both flags, you know, the American flag and the Mexican flag, and it's beautiful. So yeah, if you haven't seen Michelle Bendy new designs, go to her channel. It's wonderful, and she does a wonderful work with her auctions and supporting charities, and she's an amazing person, and we all love her. So I'm sure you already know, but yeah, this new design with the different flags, oh, I fell in love. So yeah, and talking about spreading the love, I want to make a little giveaway because I have 6,000 subscribers, it's amazing. So I'm really happy. Thank you very much for, you know, watching me, stitching with me, and having to, you know, spend some time with me, even though I'm always struggling with my language, and I'm with trying to get to you basically only because my love of stitching. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I want to give away you know, a little present. So I have these little things. This is these are two of the flosses that I dyed. So these are cotton flosses, DMC, and I dyed them. So yeah, and this is beeswax for your threads, and a few tags for your flosses, and two DMC variegated floss, which I love to use. So yeah, and this little project bag, you know, so you can have that too. And I ordered some new stash. So hopefully after a few months I will receive it next week. So I ordered a new copy of Newcastle bouquet. So this is my copy, but I'm going to give away a new copy of Newcastle. So this is going to be the price for the giveaway, a project pack, a new pattern of Newcastle bouquet, and some flosses. So I hope all of you could participate. Please just leave a comment in this video. I'm going to make the giveaway on June 15, so I will let you know who is the winner. But yeah, please be sure to be a subscriber and leave a comment in this video, and that's it. Of course, it's international, so perhaps it will take a few weeks to arrive to you, but yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, thank you very much again for all your love, your support, and I don't have words. Thank you for making this community so lovely, and for let me be part of this community. I will be seeing you in my next video. Happy stitching, and that's it. Bye bye.